Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Gym Rats NCAA Tournament Edition. It's March fucking Madness. As always, it is me, XFL Jim.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the XFL.
Joined by the one, the only himself, Erik, a.k.a. Top 21 Sports, a.k.a. Uncle fucking Rico.
This is what happens when a guy is coming right down in your face.
That's how I felt yesterday. It felt so
Dude,
good.
congrats, man. Congrats, dude.
Old man betting sports. Jim thoughts on the double dribble not called Nebraska. Also, a bunch of push-offs and fouls not called against Vanderbilt. That's my thought.
Dude, I'm just saying, Stanford, he does a little – those calls they had on him, those little – he's like hugging the guy and he's going to the free throw line.
Yeah, the refs were bad. I think I saw so many tweets from both Vanderbilt fans and Nebraska fans. The refs were not good.
Yeah. Oh, they're not good at all. It was very inconsistent game. And, you know, you guys got it done. Congrats to you.
I'm very happy. It's just I was cheering with my dad. It was going crazy.
Did you shed a tear?
I might have. I'm still probably shedding tears. I think I didn't shed a tear, Erik, until I don't know if you know, like they've been covering that radio announcer for Nebraska, Kent Pavelka.
Mm-hmm.
He's been covering Nebraska since like 1974. He's been the play-by-play caller for the basketball games, and he's like starting to tear up at the end of this game, or actually this game. No, the last game he was starting to tear up. This game he was just going absolutely insane, losing his voice. And it's just like when you see stuff like him, who's been like part of the program basically and involved with it since the 70s.
Yeah.
Being able to have him like go on this run has been awesome.
Good for him, dude. I'm just pissed I lost my bet because I'm selfish like that.
But you would have lost your bet even if it went in, right? Didn't you have 1.5?
I had -1.5, yeah.
So at that point, root for him to lose. That's how I do it.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not going to cover, I root for him to lose. I mean, you were rooting for overtime.
You know, that was the thing, rooting for overtime. But I mean, like, on my show, I said the thing that was going to cost Vanderbilt is there's going to be a time where they needed a rebound and they're not going to be able to get a rebound. You let the smallest guy on the court get an offensive rebound put back in that situation, you deserve to lose.
It's insane to me. Anytime I see Sam Hoiberg get rebounds, it's like I get the steals. I understand the steals. But anytime I see that little guy get rebounds, it's hilarious.
Former Michigan State walk-on.
True. Erik, any other takeaways? Obviously, I felt like the last two games of the day were the two best. The Nebraska, Vanderbilt, Arkansas High Point games.
They saved the day. The first game, I mean, Robbie could not make a three at the beginning of the game. And then he got a little bit hesitant. And then, you know, they just couldn't get over that hump. They had a couple chances to make some shots, put a little pressure on Michigan. I do think Michigan's right for the picking. I don't think they make it out of that region. Duke had a scare put on them, you know,
again,
and then pulled away. Obviously, not having the point guard there is obviously messing them up as we thought it would. VCU, they lunchboxed their way into that game. You know, in my eyes, they shouldn't have been there in the first place. You know, they got boat raced by Illinois. Texas A&M, you know, it's outmatched against Houston. Houston now finally has the offense. Buckyball, it's going to be interesting to see, like, how he changes Buckyball now playing at the bigger level.
I agree.
I feel like Buckyball style at a mid-major conference, you can work, but just the player and the athlete is just higher on these higher levels. How is he going to adapt to Buckyball? You know what I mean? How is that going to look moving forward?
Dude, I have a feeling that Houston might be the one coming out of that little branch of the bracket. The way they're looking.
Yeah, I mean, I had Houston in my Final Four.
They look so good right now.
I have Houston. I mean, I initially had Houston losing to Duke. Now I don't know if.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's going to happen.
You know, so.
And then you mentioned Illinois, and I feel like a lot of people had a lot of questions and maybe still have questions about them coming into the tournament. That offense, when it's clicking, dude, it's so good.
But I mean, like our thing at the beginning of the draft was the beginning of the tournament, excuse me, was they had a cupcake walk to the round of 16. That was our takeaway. They had a cupcake walk, and
True.
so far they have. So their tournament starts. What 2 seed do they have now? Houston. So that's going to be interesting to see how that looks.
I'm excited. That's going to be a banger game.
Popcorn.
Erik, are you ready to get into today's slate?
I am ready, my friend.
We start off today with Miami, Florida, not the other Miami. They already got knocked out, but Miami, Florida versus Purdue. The Boilermakers are 7.5-point favorites. Your total is 147.5 plus 270 on the money line. Erik?
No, not doing anything. Not doing anything with this one, buddy.
I am. And I'm taking Purdue minus 7.5. I feel like this is the year that Purdue puts away the choking mentality. And they make a statement here and they trounce Miami.
You feel this is the year?
I feel like this is the year. Trying to think. You think embarrassing upsets. You generally think Purdue. You generally think Kentucky. Cal's no longer at Kentucky, so that whole split, there's no embarrassing losses there. And Zach Edey's no longer at Purdue. I feel like he was a very common denominator for the embarrassing Purdue losses.
Real quick, I forgot to mention that. Can we talk about when Davenport and Barkley went up to the basketball rack? What the fuck was that, dude?
Dude,
What?
Let me see if I can find it. What's that show called? Is that just Inside the NBA? Or
I have no idea, but that was some creepy fucking shit.
Yeah, let me see if I can find basketball creepy. That face was one of the weirdest fucking things I've ever seen. I got it right here. Look at that thing.
Dude, it creepy as fuck, dude. Like, did they really thought they were going to shoot hoops? Like,
it really felt like Barkley didn't know what the segment was, and I had no idea what the segment was. Like,
it felt like so put together, like no one knew what the fuck was going on.
But so many things had to happen because this is like a pretty in-depth animatronic.
Jesus Christ.
That thing was insane. It just came out of nowhere. It was like an Adult Swim segment.
And like, I don't know. It was just, the whole thing was weird to me, dude.
It was weird to a lot of people, Erik. I think it was weird to America. But it happened, and now many people have to have nightmares because of it. Kentucky, Iowa State. The Cyclones of Iowa State are 4.5-point favorites here. Total is 145.5 plus 190 on the money line for the Wildcats of Kentucky. I have a bet in this one, but I'm just going to bet Iowa State minus 4.5 because our dear Chase is out sick. So I will do that in his stead because it's fuck Kentucky. So we will be betting Iowa State minus 4.5. Sports Facts chiming in. No Jefferson for Iowa State.
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, that's like
huge.
His offense with him not there is easier to defend. As someone sitting on an Iowa State future, I am a little bit worried. I did like their chances coming out with the draw, but now I could see them getting picked off. I'm a little bit concerned about my Iowa State future. I'm sitting out this game.
I did bet the over. Over 145.5. I took it at 144.5. Still like it at 145.
And like, how is Kentucky going to look after that game? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Are they going to come out? They're playing with house money now. Is there going to be that emotional letdown? It's going to be interesting to see like how they look after that game.
St. John's, Kansas. The Johnnies are 3.5-point favorites in this one. 144.5 is your total, plus 140 on the money line for the Jayhawks.
I took Kansas plus 3.5 and plus 143 on the money line. You're telling me I get Bill Self as a dog with over a possession and I'll have the best player on the court? Sign me up. You have 2 elite defenses, 2 offenses that can struggle. That's when you have Peterson is huge. Someone that can create off the dribble, isolate. I think that's going to be the key to the game. I will die on this hill. The Big East had 0 guard play this year. The guards in the Big East were the worst in the conference history. How is St. John's going to be able to defend Peterson? Big question mark for me. When we go back to the non-con, they did struggle with some athletic playmaking guards. Now, have we reached the top of the market for St. John's? They've been playing lights out since the beginning of the Big East tournament. Shooting regression normally do. They like to get to the rim, but Kansas is in the 98th percentile defending the rim. I think this game is going to come down to free throw shooting. Kansas is a better free throw shooting team. They have Peterson who can create off the dribble. St. John's, I just don't trust them to make threes. They shot what? This is back-to-back games where they shot over 40% from deep. Pitino's teams historically have never shot well at St. John's. I'll take Kansas here plus 3.5 and plus 143 on the money line.
I like how you said regression should be expected.
Yeah.
There.
Well, I mean, or they can be Hawaii and have go 1 for 10 with 8 of them being open looks and not drawing anything. So I mean, it is what it is.
I didn't have anything in that game. That's just gonna be one that you gotta have on. Gotta watch that. Tennessee, Virginia. The Volunteers of Tennessee are 1.5 point favorites in this game. Over under 137.5. It's just minus 102 on the money line for Virginia. It's basically a pick 'em. In which case, I did pick Virginia.
So what I did here, Ahmet from Tennessee, I did 2 plays on him. I did over 15.5 points and also a small sprinkle on over 19.5 points at plus 230. Took him on Friday just because I didn't think that Miami was going to be able to handle the size that he had. It was such a blowout. He played 17 minutes. So he's going to be arrested for this game. Ahmet has cleared 15.5 points 20 times this season, but after failing to score double digits the following game, he's cleared 15.5 in 4 of 5 games this season, averaging 18.6 points per game. Virginia will throw different stuff at you. I really feel the closest thing that they are is Texas A&M, in the SEC. They'll press, they'll trap. Ahmet did score 23 against them this season. With Gillespie having the game that he did and the pressure of the pressure of handling the ball against this Virginia pressure, I think that's going to take off his scoring ability. This is where they're going to look to the freshman Ahmet to do it. I'll take him. I took him over 15.5 and over 19.5 at plus 230.
I like it, Erik. I love when Erik starts dipping in the props.
It was a good day on the props yesterday. Brazil hit his 2 threes and, Jimmy Chipwood went under his point total. So
what's the coffee situation today, Erik? What are you drinking?
Well,
we got to fire right today.
My mom likes her Big B coffee, so I'm visiting my parents right now. So I want to get me a nice little Big B coffee.
Never heard of Big B, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I have those where I'm at.
This is a Midwest thing.
I guess some people don't call Nebraska the Midwest. That's fine.
I call you Central America.
I call us the Plains.
Yeah.
Badger saying, I hate to say it, but Rick Barnes has a chance to make it to out of the region if Jefferson is out against them.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. I'm sitting on both Tennessee at 14-1 to make the Final Four and Iowa State to win it all, I think at 26-1. So just give me one of those teams with a chance to get it there.
I was going to say, sometimes your straight up picks haven't been helping you, but your futures have been pretty spot on.
Futures have been good.
Futures have been good for you.
And yesterday was a good day. In the green 5 units, got to just keep on trucking, bro. Keep on trucking.
Just keep going, baby. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, dude.
Iowa, Florida, Gators 10.5 point favorites here. Total is 145.5 plus 440 on the money line for the Hawkeyes. Who gets to move on and face Nebraska in the Sweet 16?
Does Florida have the size? Yes.
Yes.
Do they have the better athletes? Yes.
Also, yes.
Did they just cover the biggest spread in the history of the NCAA tournament by 24 points?
Also, yes.
So we're going to sell them today. We're going to take Iowa here plus 10. Now, I said it at the beginning of the tournament. Iowa is a team that I'm going to look to back in the second round when they play a higher seed. Why? Elite defense, slow possession, and they can make threes. That's exactly the brand I want. Iowa doesn't hit the offensive glass. This is going to limit Florida's ability to get out on the fast break and force them to play at a slower pace. Iowa's going to limit possessions. When you look at the 3-point shooting, Florida is shooting 7% higher, due for some regression. Iowa, -2%. They're due for some positive regression. You have the point guard Slits, who's going to have the ball in his hands. And I'm telling you, the worst thing that can happen for this Florida team is if oh my God, who's the guy that used to play on Arkansas? His name Boogie. If him or Lee see a couple threes fall down, then they start forcing the three. That is absolutely the worst thing that can happen. Iowa's going to limit possessions. They're going to play slow. They can make threes. They're going to be able to limit Florida on the glass, which is hard, and they're not going to allow Florida to get out in transition. At over 10, I like it. I play the 10.5.
You sprinkling?
No.
I'm basically taking Iowa as well with the points. I just bet the under in this game. I bet under 145.5.
I like that because, like I said, like, Iowa doesn't send anyone to the glass. Everyone just drops back. They allow them to do their thing, and that's, that is what it is, and they're going to limit possessions. We saw Iowa should have beat Michigan at home.
Yep.
So
also, we'll get a very funny visual again of a big basketball player looking tiny against a way bigger person.
That was hilarious. He's like, "Where are you from?" The guy was like, "Canada." Like, the look.
The guy that's talking to him is like 6'4".
Yeah.
Or he might even be 6'6". That's crazy.
6'8".
That's insane.
I thought it was 6'8".
I think you're right. I can't imagine making a 6'8" person look that short. That's almost 8. He's almost 8 feet, Erik.
That's a big boy.
That's a big boy. Utah State, Arizona. Wildcats of Arizona, 11.5 point favorites here. Total is 145.5 plus 550 on the money line. I felt like I had to do it again, Erik. It's in my blood to take a big spread favorite. And I'm taking Arizona minus 11.5. I'm taking Arizona minus 11.5.
You're doing it?
I got to do it to them.
You know what? I respect you for it.
I think they're the best team in the tournament.
I respect you. Ooh, really?
Yeah. It's them or Houston. I think it's them or Houston.
I think eventually the math will catch up to them.
To me, when I watch Arizona, and maybe you call me a casual all you want, but when I watch Arizona, it's like they don't have just one singular star or anything. They just they can make a star out of anybody on their team. It feels like. Is
that your motto?
That they can make a star out of anybody?
That should be your call sign. I can make a star out of anybody.
Oh, I do like that. That's like the guy who runs a strip club. Nice little seedy like mantra right there.
Hey, I can make a star out of anybody.
Now, if you're interested in refs getting yelled at, this is the game of the day for you. It's UCLA versus UConn.
Yep.
UConn 4.5 point favorites here. Total 137.5 plus 164 on the money line.
Mm-hmm.
Over under. Oh, is there over under warnings for technicals?
Jesus, I got nothing.
I don't know, man. Zona probably best team in the tourney, but can Tommy get them all the way there with his letdowns in the past?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, Wisconsin,
they needed this year. They got to this year.
With Wisconsin losing, that helped them out huge.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with Acuff, if him and Brazil and the rest of the crew get hot from three, that could be a little bit of an issue. But no, I mean, I think they get out of that region. I think
it's a great game, but yeah, I think they edge out.
Oh no! I have them losing to Purdue. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's also I could see it happening. I love Purdue right coming in. Anything at UCLA UConn besides Erik enjoying watching coaches get mad and yell at people?
I will not be doing anything. I will probably be on the grill during that game.
Coach that you're more annoyed by, Mick Cronin or Hurley?
Oh, definitely Cronin.
I was gonna say probably Cronin.
No, dude, Hurley's fucking hot. Hurley is such a dick, dude. And like, it's always like, oh god.
You're saying Mick Cronin's not a dick?
I'm saying my coaching style, looking at what I've done when I did my.
It is similar to Hurley. It is the way you describe it.
Way similar to Hurley, so I like him more.
I feel like you need dicks like Cronin in college basketball, though. You need like.
Yeah. I mean, he's 7-2 since he asked the other guy, "Did you raise your voice at me? Did you raise your voice at me?
Don't raise your voice at him." And then last game of the day, Texas Tech, Alabama. Texas Tech are 1.5 point favorites here. Over unders 164.5, minus 102 for Alabama. Basically a pick 'em.
Look, dude, I'm gonna take it. I like full transparency. I was on Alabama. I was on Hofstra. Hofstra up by 10.
Oh, you were so pissed off watching that. I remember that.
They needed that to close that with the lead. They didn't. That game was weird. Like I thought, now correct me if I'm wrong. If you did like this in college basketball, that's supposed to be a T, right?
I thought so. I thought, what was it, a year or two ago that they were like teeing up everybody for that?
Multiple Alabama players were doing it and nothing was happening.
Maybe they changed their mind.
There was this, the way the game was called was weird. Like, I don't know if you saw it. Like this one guy from Hofstra was just getting barreled and he just went up and shoved an Alabama player. And it just kind of spiraled out of control from that. Texas Tech's not going to make that. Texas Tech, second best team to the second half under this year. I'll definitely be looking to play that. This game like balloons out. I don't think Alabama defensively has anyone that can hit Anderson. This is just basically going to be a 3-point shooting team. I think Texas Tech is a better rebounding team. I think Alabama, this is the game where they miss Holloway, second best shooter. Sorry, first best 3-point shooter, second best scorer. I think this is the game they miss him. I think that you have a huge coaching advantage. And I truly believe in karma, and this is the game we're going to see the Alabama karma. But honestly, it comes down to rebounding. Don't trust Notes' in-game adjustments. McCaskins is the best coach in that region in my eyes. So I'll take Texas Tech here on the money line, -105.
I got nothing in that one. So my bets are Purdue -7.5, Kentucky, Iowa State over 144.5, Virginia on the money line, Iowa, Florida under 145.5, and Arizona -11.5.
You know what, dude? I'm going to do it just to be a dick. I'm going to take Tennessee just so you and I can go head to head.
Ooh, I like it.
I'm going to take Tennessee. I think now this is my spiel on Tennessee. Next to Florida, they're the best rebounding team in the country. Now, the one thing that stood out to me about the Vanderbilt-Nebraska game, did you hear how loud the rims were?
Yeah, it was insane, right?
Like, what the hell was that? If this comes down to a game where these teams are going to struggle shooting, which potentially it could, I'm going to take the team that's better size, better rebounding. I'm going to take the Vols. I just to go head to head with Jim, and then I'll buy myself a Tennessee basketball T-shirt and wear it all the time.
If we're going for round robins, which is getting harder and harder to do the deeper we get into the tournament, I'm taking two dogs. I'm going to take Kansas. I'm going to take Iowa.
I have one going into today. It was my round robin was St. Louis, which lost, Texas, which won, and then I piggybacked it with Texas Tech and oh my God, who's the other one? Kansas. So I'm alive today in mine.
You're alive you're alive.
And dude, did you see? I found this on FanDuel. They have a team have a 10-0 run.
Oh,
so St. Louis was plus 330 to have a 10-0 run yesterday. And they had a 9-0 and an 8-0 run, dude. But I'm telling you, man. So I mean,
that's a good bet. That's a fun one.
I'll kind of fuck around with that. I like that one more than the first 10 because, like, the first 10, you know, whenever a team comes out like a bad out of hell, like your boys did, it's DOA.
I like that.
That means dead on arrival. Jim, that means dead on arrival.
Oh, I know, Eric. I know. I like the 10-0 run deal. Thoughts on the tournament so far?
And it's just
I've been having fun.
You know, it's just one of those things for me. Like, I like the upsets, I like the underdog play, but you know, in NIL, it's not going to be there. Like,
you still had you had a high point in the opening round. You had a couple.
I know, but I think like in this year's of the NIL, it's going to have to be a team that hires a Division II coach. The Division II coach brings the majority of his guys up, like something like that.
Basically, like the FCS to FBS mentality.
Yeah. So basically, what
for football,
what Drake was last year.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to have to find a situation like that. Some of these household names, some of these kids. Interesting to see the Hofstra freshman guard played lights out. Where's he going to be at next year's? I don't think he has the size to be like in the power conference, but I think maybe he could be up in American. Interested to see where Larry Johnson from McNeese goes. He was on Creighton, got kicked off. What is he going to go to? Or maybe like I heard this analogy on Twitter, and this is an awful analogy, and I hate the fact I'm going to say it. If you could be like if a team like Larry Johnson got kicked off of Creighton, okay, he went to McNeese. If you could get a team with those guys that got kicked off or had trouble, you say, hey, come back here to me for a year. Like you play in a smaller.
Be a last chance you.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, that's kind of like, I hate that analogy, but I mean, I think like that's another way where it could kind of work out.
It just sucks. It does suck to your point where, like, if you see a mid-major try and make a run, which is getting tougher and tougher, we saw it last year and this year. Like a star that pops during the tournament for a mid-major, he's probably gone.
Yeah, that Hoster kid, guaranteed he's gone.
Oh yeah,
guaranteed he's gone. The kid from I'm spacing on his name. Who's the other kid? Oh my God, Larry Johnson from McNeese, gone. Any of those High Point kids, gone. Did you see? I can't get over High Point University, dude.
It's not a real university. It cannot be a real university.
Like, for the life of me, I cannot get over that fucking place, dude.
Let me see if I can find some weird. What's they got some weird classes, dude. They like chartered a plane for a bunch of their students.
Yeah.
I don't really understand that. I'm trying to see, because I think I know they have the ice cream truck. I know they have the how to eat a steak dinner class.
I mean, dude, can you imagine? Did I ever tell you the first time I went on a date?
Okay, Eric, I got the perfect, like, this sums it up. It misses a lot of the education part of university. It's more like a glorified country club. It's basically a school for rich kids who can't get into Ivy Leagues.
Did I ever tell you about the first, like, now this was me in college, okay? Picture this, if you will, okay? A young Erik, okay? In college, meeting the girl I was dating for the first time, okay? Now, you know me, I'm a resourceful young man. Waiter comes, I go, hey, can I get a water? Can you bring me some lemons? Guy was like, yeah. Brings the lemons, I just made lemonade at the table to
there you go.
You know what I mean? And I had this parents like looking at me like I was like so weirdo. Like, they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm being resourceful. You know what I mean? I'm not spending the $1 for the lemonade. This is free lemonade.
Smart man.
I'm resourceful. I'm a resourceful dude. That's what I did in college. I didn't go to any steak dinner classes.
I'm watching a TikTok that people are listing off their favorite courses at High Point. This one girl said intro to sport management.
Okay.
Communication ethics. These are their favorite classes.
Okay. Like, Jesus, dude. I said it last.
Eric, they have a class that's just called negotiations.
I had a class. When I was in college, it was a show. 48 Hours came because we had so many alcohol-related deaths.
What the hell?
They did a 48-hour special on my college because we had so many alcohol-related deaths.
That's insane.
And you know what? I'm just going to say it. Top 10 party school when old Uncle Rico was there. Top 10 party school when old Uncle Rico was there.
I bet.
Just going to do the thing. So.
Are you saying it was a top 10 party school because of you?
Because of me, dude. Jen, I'm going to tell you this, dude. I'm not a fun forcer. I'm not a forcer of fun, but people have fun when they're around me.
That I believe. That should also be your saying. That should be a slogan for you. All right, folks. That'll do it for this episode of Gym Rats. Enjoy the tournament. Enjoy your Sunday. You got a couple days off of basketball after this. So.
Oh, dude, NIT, baby.
The NIT keep going on Monday, Tuesday, and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind that. Watch the NIT. Do it. But we'll see you guys next time for some more NCAA tournament talk on some Gym Rats. We love you guys. Bye-bye. Kisses.